This review is for those of you who is looking for a compact size power speaker with very good sounding components that they put together. Hello everyone, welcome to Tabama Hi-Fi Review channel. Today I would like to share my experience of using this Fluence RI71, the reference series power speakers that utilizing AMD tweeters with 5¼ inch bass driver, front ported design. RI71 come with 60 watt per channel built-in amplification to drive these speakers sufficiently. It has subwoofer out, RCA input, ARC input, as well as Bluetooth aptX HD wireless digital input. Subwoofer out is auto detection mode enabled. As soon as you connect your subwoofer, RI71 will cross it over at 80 Hz. You have to connect speaker wires between two. Power cable is all you need is one power cable. This one's supposed to be on my right side, but my RCA cable is not long enough, so I end up moving this to left side to be able to reach it to my music server to give you sound sample. I listen with this Marantz CD player and RCA cable directly connected to it, controlling with this RI71, the remote control. So this one has all the inputs and mute button and everything that you can use, pretty much all the basic features, volume up and down and tone control as well. RI71 is nicely built with walnut look vinyl wrap, AMD tweeters mounted inside waveguide. So waveguide is pretty deep, and 5¼ inch bass driver looks quite nice. Somewhat reminds me of a new Bowers and Wilkins kind of drivers material wise. I tried this RI71 on my streaming setup, pairing it with different components directly connected to my DAC and connecting with subwoofer crossover point, and everything works great, right? Using ARC input, watching movies or all that online streaming, and overall sound quality is quite impressive for $500 pair of speakers. The power is sufficiently drive this RI71 for 60 watts per channel. Right speaker is main speaker. You have to connect speaker wires from right to left to drive both speakers. I'm using my own Mogami cables for my demos and this sound sample as well. In this video, sound sample that you will hear is RCA cables directly connected to my Sony music server to RI71 without using any DAC. RI71 perform very well any type of music, even when I try hard rock tracks such as AC/DC tracks. So when I started listening, I kind of want a little more bass quality, right? So tone control that you can use, as well as the two knobs in the back for treble and bass, main volume control knob on the top, right? That knob and the tone control knobs that feature on this right speaker is endless spinning, endless turning knobs, so those are a little hard to figure it out. I need to be careful turning it. If I want certain level of loudness with precise control using the main knob, I have to be careful, otherwise it jump like 10-15 dB. So as far as driving power and component that they put together, it works flawlessly and sufficiently, driving up to 95-98 dB range in this room. This room is 26 by 16. As you can see, I don't put them too far away. So in this room, they have no problem giving me good sound pressure level as well as good sound staging and depth. But to get the better depth, I have to push the bass control a little bit, like 4 pushes on this plus button of bass tone control to get the bass level that I want if I'm using them in full range mode. So that's the one thing that I like to remind you. If you're using them in full range mode, you may end up and you will end up wanting more bass, especially if you have a little bit bigger size or mid-size room like I have. Like I mentioned, this one is 26 by 16, right? In smaller size room, this one has no problem. When I'm using this RS-71 on my desktop setup, my computer room basically, so that room is small, so this one has no problem giving me full range sound quality as well as monitoring my own voice. Only thing that I wish that they have that USB input to directly connect to computers to be able to use it on a desktop, because this one can totally use it on a desktop. The reason I like this RS-71 on desktop is it only uses one power cable. Good quality tweeters and good quality bass drivers that come feature on this RS-71. And next thing is in-room response measurement. I measure in-room response of RS-71 using REW software, one speaker 12-inch away, that is red graph as you can see, and 1 meter or 3 feet away, that is green graph that you can see. Those are both mono measurements as you can see here. It's quite impressive. And also I try my listening position measurement, that is the blue graph. So that is the response that you will see, and that's how it performed in my room. My room is treated, so some without treatment it will be different results, but overall in-room response measurement without being anechoic chamber is pretty impressive. I'm only using 1/6 smoothing. Realistic graphs that how it performs sonically and acoustically in my room. So dynamic range is very good. Sound quality is enjoyable to listen. Mid-range quality to upper mid-range to high frequency area, space and air and refinements that this RS-71 can offer is very nice. I can totally enjoy listening to it in 2-channel mode, but I have to push bass plus button 4 times to get the bass level that I want. That is just perfect, because if I exceed 4 times, like let's say if I push 5 or 6 times, bass can get boomy. So that's the one thing that I would like to mention it. It's just right if I push plus 4 times on the bass tone control. It has good depth and resolution with articulated bass quality that it can offer. Bass quality is quite nice. When I did that, it's nice and punchy bass quality with good immediacy that it delivers. So it's quite impressive for this price point and this size of the speaker. I don't see any major downsides unless you want more digital input. And also I don't hear any port noise from this front port. And this one has a little bulb kind of thing that's sticking out. That is for the remote control sensor. It's not LED light. LED light, you can change it to on and off or a slightly dimmer position. So blue one is, of course, that is the Bluetooth input. Green is RCA and white is ARC. So when I'm using ARC, gain is slightly lower than RCA input. So that's another thing that I like to mention. Otherwise, it works great. Overall performance for $500 pair of power speaker is nicely delivered in sound quality and good music that I can enjoy. Overall tonality and sonic quality, I do not have any complaints at all. It's enjoyable, but out of the box, it's gonna be muffled, right? Please give it like 20 to 50 hours to settle down. That's the one thing that I like to remind you. After that, it will give you very good sonic quality that you can have for this price point, and it will totally give you next level performance as soon as you attach subwoofer. Clarity improved, bass and mid-range and everything balanced out. All you have to do is just tune it properly on your crossover on a subwoofer. So that's all you need to do. So this RS-71 offer good power, sonic quality, as well as good sound staging and depth. Straight out of the box without touching the tone control, it's gonna be pretty light in bass, probably more to do with the room as well. Room is a little bit bigger size, so smaller rooms should not have major issue delivering the good bass quality for the size of it. Sound staging and width is pretty impressive for small speaker, even in this 26 by 16 room. So which is quite nice and enjoyable to listen. But as I mentioned, I have to bump up the bass a little bit at the bass control, full push on the remote control. So that's to get the mic profile sound signature of this room and this combination. So as far as the speaker performance goes, for $500 price point is very good option for you to consider. Some people may want more digital inputs on this RI-71 like they feature on the lower end AI series, but I don't think they are designed for that. They designed this reference RI-71 to use with your favorite DAC or music servers to connect directly. My favorite thing about this Fluence RI-71 is AMD tweeters resolution, details, and refinement that I can enjoy listening to, that spacious and airy, enjoyable sound signature and stereo image that it can offer. Very good option to consider if you are thinking of getting soundbar or power speakers for your 2-channel or 2.1 setup, even for your near field listening or your 2-channel system in small room. This will totally give you very good sound quality. All you need to do is pair it with your favorite DAC or your CD players or music servers. In my case, if I'm using this RI-71, I will be pairing it with such as VM Ultra or those kind of components, or VM Pro. It works flawlessly in my system. So that is the experience that I like to share with you. Highly recommended, my friend. Thank you for watching. Happy listening.
Come into my solitude, though I weary be. Come into my tenderness, dream along with me. Listen to the whisper sing, listen to the singer shout. Come into my solitude, be my big mouth. Thoughts unspoken, thoughts unsaid, lies of hearth and home. Children broken on the bed and left to lie alone. Things you talk around, scum you choke on down. Come into my solitude, step on sacred ground. We were speaking of values and violence, breaking silence. Fathers who are lovers to the daughters that they young. Mothers who believe a child a single safety zone. People so unhinged that death is much too kind. Come into my solitude, step over the line. Thought it was the only one. Thought it was the only one. Thought it was the only one. Speaking of values and violence, breaking silence. Come to my solitude, welcome to the wheel. walls that do not speak, steps that do not sound.